This is the hub of the windmill wheel, where everything connects and is held together. And as you watch the windmill turn, you'll notice that the hub is turning more slowly than the rest of the wheel because it's right in the center. That's a good thing to remember for ourselves, because when things start to spin wildly in our lives and things start to feel out of control, that's when we need to return to Jesus, who is at our center, who is in our hearts, and he will slow things down. And we can pray without ceasing, as we read in 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Now, we don't always have time to stop and go to a church and pray. We don't always have time to light a candle or even kneel. But it's nice to have some emergency prayers. And I found these 10 breath prayers compiled by Bob Hostetler. And by breath prayers, he means these are prayers that we can pray with one breath. So these would be useful to memorize. Number 1, Lord have mercy. He writes, the Desert Fathers, monastic Christians in Egypt in the 3rd and 4th centuries, often prayed this prayer known as the Kyrie eleison, which is Greek for Lord have mercy. And this is, interestingly, the only truly international part of the Christian worship liturgy anymore is the Greek Kyrie eleison, Lord have mercy. This underlines our need, our world's need for mercy, for God's mercy right now. Second prayer, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. Of course, these are the words of the boy Samuel. Bob writes, I occasionally pray these words to quiet my soul and express my desire to hear from God. Number 3, my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I often pray this prayer of affirmation and dependence from Psalm 121, verse 2, in times of need and desperation. It reminds me that my help does not come from my own strength or the support of others, but from God. Prayer number 4, here I am. This is a prayer of presence and availability based on the cry of the prophet in Isaiah 6:8. Number 5, show your power. I often pray this short prayer based on Psalm 68:28, among others, to intercede for others, particularly when the need is great and the situation dire. Number 6, when I am afraid, I will trust you. He writes, my children memorized this verse, Psalm 56:3, when they were 4 and 5. Number 7, not my will, but yours. And this prayer, of course, echoes Jesus' words to God in prayer in the Garden of Gethsemane, Luke 22:42. Number 8, bring your kingdom, based on the prayer Jesus taught his earliest followers, Luke 11:2. I often breathe this prayer when I am overwhelmed by the sadness and horrors of the latest news or a devastating diagnosis. In just a few words, it expresses a heartfelt desire for the day when the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God, Revelation 12:10, will be fully realized and the evil one will be defeated. Number 9, say the word. When a Roman centurion sent word to Jesus asking him to heal a sick servant, he told Jesus he didn't even feel worthy for the Lord to come into his house. He simply requested, say the word, and my servant will be healed. Luke 7:7. And finally, number 10, come Lord Jesus. I breathe this prayer, the last prayer recorded in the Bible, Revelation 22:20, not only as a prayer for Christ's return, but also as a prayer for him to come repeatedly, constantly into my situation and struggles. I hope these prayers will be useful for you, because our world needs prayer as it always has and as it will until Jesus returns. May God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today.